Hello, my name is Frank Hanaway, and welcome to Big Journey, Small Steps. Well, my mom has been in her new assisted living home for 3 weeks now, and I guess we're in sort of a routine. I think it's much easier on her than rehab was. I know it's easier on me. They spend most of their day getting her up and then till they can't deny her anymore and then putting her back to bed because she wants to be in bed asleep all the time, which is terrible for elderly people. There's nothing wrong with the fact that they want to sleep, and it's a natural thing. But I don't know if I mentioned this in a video. The last room we were in at the rehab center, the lady in the bed next door to us had a class 4 bed sore, and that's basically incurable. And I don't know why, but she wasn't receiving palliative care. And so she literally laid in the bed and screamed all day long. And she was in terrible pain. And so you don't want your loved ones to get bed sores, which they will get if they stay in bed off their back all the time. The first time or second time Mom was in the hospital this last round, she started getting red spots on her bottom, and we all snapped to and made sure she was sitting up and moving around and everything. But it's not just a question of not letting her of having her do what we want her to do. We don't care. But I don't want her to be in agony. It's bad enough. The other thing is she's obsessed about sleeping pills, and she talks about it all the time. This started how long ago? More than before Daddy and Arthur. Maybe 10 years this has gone on, that she's had trouble sleeping. Her mind is racing, and with Alzheimer's, you don't have control over your mind. So her doctor at that time gave her, they tried a whole bunch of things, nothing worked, and he gave her trazodone, which is a very serious mood-altering drug, and told her she could take up to 3 of them a night. We had some incidents where she just stood up and passed out and things like that, but it took me forever to get her off of them. I think, I know what happened. When we went to the neurologist where we got the Alzheimer's diagnosis, they took her off the trazodone and put her on a different mood-altering drug that was more reasonable. But her mental addiction to trazodone has remained the same, and she still talks about it all the time. And so I got her off for a while. Then she was still with that same primary care physician, and she was having trouble sleeping again. And he said, well, let's try the trazodone again. And it was one of those times, one of those days I wasn't in the mood to fight, and I let him do it. And she was on it again another year, and then I totally changed primary cares because I had lost confidence. And we got her off the trazodone again. That's been a year ago, and she's still talking about it. Now, it didn't help her sleep, but she got stoned and she got dizzy, and I guess she liked it. I have no idea. But what's so interesting to see is there can't be any physical addiction left. It's all her mind. Her mind is still addicted to trazodone, and she wants something to replace that. And it is awful not to be able to sleep if you've ever been through periods of insomnia. Just watch, what was that man movie? Fight Club, where the catalyst for the whole movie is insomnia. So anyway, so interesting for me because my whole life is about training my mind. And when I watch my mother and see that she's lost this capacity to consciously alter her way of thinking. It doesn't come easy to her. Sometimes a doctor will say you need to do so and so, and it suits something that's already going on in there, and it's fine. But certain things are deeply ingrained in her, and they're not going anywhere. So I've been looking at myself and saying, you know, I've mentioned it many times, I do not like to drive. And it's the one place where anger just pops up in me. I had a woman just out of the clear blue sky change lanes. I try to leave a little space between me and the car, and between myself and the car in front of me. And she came in so close, she almost hit me. And then it went on and on, her weaving in and out, and she would just suddenly pop in front of me. I was so angry. And I really understand road rage. I don't get road rage, and I don't want to harm anybody. But it's there somewhere. And I don't like that. And that's a mental construct that I've let myself get into, that I'm even surprised when people do these things, because it happens constantly. And that I let it affect my peacefulness, my calm, that it interrupts my calm when people do this. And that I guess one of the things that I do that I should stop doing is trying to figure out why they do it, or to characterize them in some way, that they're selfish, that they're inconsiderate. It's certainly inconsiderate, but I doubt for most people that a lot of what they do while they're driving is even conscious. It's a habit. The way we drive is a habit we develop early on. And anyway, I'm going to try to change myself while I still can. I started not to make a video today. I don't have a lot of brilliant things to say to you. I want to keep you up to date with Mom. She's physically very well. They're lovely, lovely at the place that I have her at. And that's really such a blessing. I'm still not retired yet, but I'm working on it. There might be a Sissy Soup coming out soon. I did manage to get a day to do some filming, and I have a little more filming to do. And then I have what I think is probably my best episode of Sissy Soup yet. I certainly hope so. I want it to get better. So, thank you. Thank you for spending time with me today. From the bottom of my heart, I wish you peace and joy.